All right, folks, Vitek here from Wani, and with us today we have the guitar maestro, Jeff Loomis. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, thank you.
This is your first trip to India.
Yes.
As a musician, and you already played at Guwahati, Chennai, and now in Bangalore. How's it been for you as someone who's traveled to this part of the world for the first time?
It's been really, really interesting, really cool for me. Obviously, yes, like you said, I've never been here before, so when you come to a new place, you really don't know what to expect, you know. So upon arriving here, I really felt welcomed by the fans, you know. I didn't realize that there were so many people that really still love the band Nevermore, which is really cool because the band has been, you know, not together now for like 6 years or something, you know,
right.
Since 2011, I think we broke up. So the very first night playing, a lot of people were singing along and knew every single word, and I was just blown away, you know. So it's that in itself is really, really cool for me. You know, it means a lot to me as a musician and as somebody that can see that people still really like this. You know, it's very special, and I think everything else has just been really cool too. You know, just being able to visit these cities and going to the Taj Mahal for the first time. That's a huge experience for me, you know, and very special.
It took you 25 years to come here. Ideally,
yeah.
Look at the entire journey, right?
Yeah, it's been a long wait for me. I've wanted to come for a long time. So I have to thank my friends Maya and Kunal for bringing me here. You know, it's great.
They're the biggest Nevermore fans. In fact, you know, we've been thinking about this for years that we'll never get to see them. At least bring Jeff here.
Well, I mean,
that's how it goes, right?
I guess, you know, it can't happen with the whole band, but you know, at least I'll be able to still play some songs and make some people happy. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you've been busy with Conquering Dystopia 2020, with obviously with the crowdfunding with Keith, and it came out really well.
Yeah,
so
very proud of that record that Keith and I did. You know, it's more of a project, really.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, it's very difficult to do a Conquering Dystopia as a permanent band simply because everybody else is in a different band. You know, Alex Webster is of course in Cannibal Corpse, and I play Arch Enemy, and Alex Reedinger, in a band called Good Tiger, and Keith is very busy, you know, doing so many things. He's such a talented guy. So, you know, we spent a lot of time writing that album and putting it together, and it's something I'm really proud of because it's extremely aggressive.
Absolutely.
And it's killer music, and I'm very proud to be a part of that.
Any plans for them for the next one?
Yeah,
I think you guys were writing. I've seen some photos of Keith also, you know, telling the fans that we're writing something. So.
Yeah. You know, we're talking about it at the moment, and we definitely want to keep that going. You know. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to release an EP next with just like 4 songs, just so it's something that the fans can hear.
Is it something which is still yet to be written, or are you guys not going to write it down and record it soon?
It's going to be written and recorded, so hopefully soon. Yeah,
okay.
I would hope within at least the next half a year or something like that.
I had a chat with Alex, I think a year ago, and I asked him about this, and he said...
Webster?
No, Rudinger.
Rudinger, okay.
Yeah, and he was telling me that this guy made me... You know, it psyched me out to play drums on the riffs which you have written because it was so challenging for him.
Yeah, it was.
And obviously he does with Faceless and you know, all the bands he's been part of.
He's like a drummer of a different breed. I mean, the things that he does are things that I didn't think were even capable of being done on the drums, you know. And just to watch that guy play was mind-blowing to me. I mean, he really inspired me as a musician, you know, because I started off as a drummer when I was a kid. So I've always had this love of like watching drummers, and unfortunately I was never very good at it. I think it gave me a good sense of like timing and rhythm and stuff like that, but I kind of quickly found drums to be, for me, kind of boring, you know, like I couldn't really, I don't know.
Evolved.
Yeah, exactly. And then obviously I found my dad's guitar lying around the house, and I picked that up, and the rest is history. But yeah, Alex, getting back to him, he's amazing, and you know, hopefully we'll be able to work together again.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you also have the solo album going on, which has been in the works for a while. I think.
It has, you know, but it got sidetracked because of me joining Arch Enemy. You know?
You still have a 1-record deal with Century Media for
I initially signed for 3, and I have 1 left to do with them, and that is slated to be released in I believe sometime in summer.
Okay.
So I have to have the masters delivered like in April. So
it's recorded, everything is done?
It's not done. No.
Oh, okay, so
I'm
it's
still working on it, but I'll have it delivered and finished in April. So.
All right.
Yeah.
And
for a summer release.
And obviously you're touring Europe with Lacuna Coil Arch Enemy again in April, I guess?
Yeah, we have a handful of
Some
shows
days, right,
in 17, and I'm going to be focusing on doing a new record with Arch Enemy, and we'll be playing some solos on it and stuff. And yeah, I really have a lot going on. Conquering Dystopia.
Part of the songwriting, because the solo you wrote on Stolen Life,
right?
Yeah, that completely improvised the song, because Michael has his own way of
does.
doing it, and obviously you doing on top of it made the song even more interesting. So is that something you're just writing the solo section, or you're part of the song?
I'll probably just be doing solos on this, because I mean, if you look at it, it's like, Arch Enemy is Michael Lamont. It's his band, it's his baby, and he is the main songwriter in the band. You know, I did submit a few songs, and I don't know if they'll make it or not, but I definitely will be playing solos on it. I love being in the band. I am a fan of the band. I love the music, and I love playing in front of thousands of people with that band. But we'll see, what happens. It's kind of like the same thing if you can think the same way with Nevermore. Me and Warrel were the main writers in that band. And we had the revolving door of guitar players, but pretty much it was me and Warrel that did a lot of it. I mean, Steve Smythe wrote a little bit. Tim Keller wrote for Dreaming Young Black, but most of it, 80% was me and Warrel. So each band has their own chemistry and their way of doing things.
So you also have a record for Arch Enemy to come out this year, in 2017.
Yeah. The record is supposed to come out in September of 17.
Okay, so again you got 2 albums back to back.
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on.
Are you taking it on road, because I think Anup used to play some shows with you?
Anup, I was the drummer in my solo band. That was a lot of fun. We did a couple of tours.
You went to South America as well, I guess, Chile.
Well, I did. Yeah, I did a solo thing there. But we went out with Soilwork for 2 months in a van. It was a crazy tour, because we actually ended up getting robbed. And we got a bunch of gear stolen, and also my father passed away on that tour, so it was really difficult to get through that. And being a solo artist nowadays, especially an instrumental solo artist, is really kind of difficult. It's like I prefer being an Arch Enemy. It's like it's what I'm about, really. I really like playing in front of a lot of people and stuff. And when I was doing my solo thing, it was kind of like starting off again. It was hard. Put it that way.
It was fabulous to see you in Leipzig last December with Nightwish. That was insane, because it was like 8,000 to 10,000 odd people. The entire arena was booked.
That was a fantastic tour for us. Yeah.
That was my first experience of Arch Enemy, as well as Nightwish. Obviously, seeing you live there as well.
Cool.
So now in India. So if you had to, you look back at your career. I spoke to Warrel, I think, a month ago regarding the 50th anniversary of Dead Heart in the Dead World album. So what memories do you have of that record and the kind of impact it made on people?
Well, Dead Heart in a Dead World was definitely a game changer for the band itself, because that's the record I started using 7-string guitars on. So after that, it initially gave the band a much heavier sound and just a more low-end kind of grind, And I think that was definitely one of our best albums. It was like when we were all really focused and on fire as a band, and kind of all firing on the same cylinder, so to speak. But I don't know. My memories are great for that record, because we also started working with another producer, and his name is Andy Sneap. And I mean,
legendary Andy Sneap.
He gave us a certain sound that we really needed. A lot of separation, because there was a lot of notes going on, and it was pretty intense music, and he gave us that, and really it just all worked. It's one of those things where the timing just kind of came together, and it was just awesome. And we got a lot of good touring out of that album, and we were on the road for a very long time for that record. So to me, it goes down in history as like one of our best records, and some of the best times I've had with Nabi.
That's awesome, because even he even hummed a song which he wrote the riffs for. It was like, people think that Jeff wrote all the riff, but one song, I don't know, I think a music video was released for that song from.
Oh, Believe in Nothing?
Exactly,
yeah.
So,
Warrel actually wrote the.
He was saying, like, I wrote a riff for that song, and I was actually surprised.
Yeah, I mean, I remember him saying in an interview that Jeff probably wouldn't ever mention that. I don't care. I mean, that's great. Yeah, he did write the chorus in that song, and I think it's a fantastic song. It's great. One of my favorites actually off that record is Insignificant. I think that's a great tune, and I really thought that could have gone a lot farther, but it's just one of my favorites of the album.
Where are you taking your sound from the solo with respect to playing it on the zero order and then to play the Oblivion and now with the third one? What are you exploring there, or is it just,
That's the thing about that's the thing about my solo albums, is that it's just kind of a way for me to showcase another side of myself, really. And I've always been a fan of instrumental music. Always. I grew up with listening to bands to artists like Jason Becker and Marty Friedman and Cacophony and Tony McAlpine. I love all that shred stuff. So I think that I'm going to really try to focus more on melody on this new one, rememberable melodies. Because I was always like trying to just play as fast as I could or whatever. I'm really going to try to just approach it more where you can really remember a lot of the melodies that are going on. So
any guesses? Because Tony did a wonderful solo on the other.
Yeah, he did. He did a great solo. I love Tony. He's a good friend of mine, and I played on one of his records, and he invited me out to EMG for a video shoot he did.
Oh yeah, you did some 2-3 videos there.
Yeah, that was cool.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. I haven't really thought of any guests yet, or if there will be any myself. It's too early to tell.
So you have a wonderful gig tonight, obviously Delhi as well. So
I'm excited.
Someday down the road, we hope Archie comes here and like a full-fledged experience for Indian fans.
I hope so too. I really do.
Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you so much.